Myself, M. Bhanuprasad, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering in MVR College of Engineering and Technology. Today, our lecture, so different types of steels. So what is the steel and different types of steel? Someone today topic one comes to our previous lecture, we will discuss about so different types of metals. So what is the metal and different types of metals one. So under in different types of metals one, we will discuss about iron. What is iron? Different types of irons. So applications of the irons. So these are our previous lecture one. Today we will discuss about steel and different types of steels. So see here, engineering metals are generally classified into few types one. What are the few types? Generally we have three types one. One is metals, non-metals. Third one is metalloids one. So generally metals and non-metals are we can use it morely 99%. Just 1% only we can use it for metalloids one. Why? Because so the agriculture purpose only we can use this type of metalloid metals one. So remaining one domestic purpose, industrial purpose, we can use metals and non-metals only. So see here, engineering metals generally classified into the metals, non-metals, metalloids one. Comes to the metals one. Metals again classified into two types one. The first one is ferrous metal, and next one is non-ferrous metal one. So in ferrous metal, what is the ferrous metals means? Which contain iron one. So that one we can call as ferrous metal. So some examples are rough iron, carbon steel, alloy steel, and cast iron. So these are the examples of the ferrous metal one. So see here another one is non-ferrous metal. So what is the non-ferrous metals means? Contain no iron one. Contain no iron one is called as the no non-ferrous metal one. So without iron content is known as the non-ferrous metal one. So some of the examples here. So non-ferrous metals: aluminum, copper, lead, silver, tin, zinc. So these are the examples of the non-ferrous metals. So this is our topic for second year, overall second unit one. So we will discuss about ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. Comes to the third unit and fourth unit and fifth unit, you learn about the so polymers, ceramics one. So remaining three units are you learn about polymers and ceramics one. So our totally second unit you learn about ferrous and non-ferrous metal. In ferrous metal, our previous topic is our previous lecture. Our completed topic is iron is completed one. So cast iron topic is completed one. So remaining topics are in this ferrous metal one. We will discuss about carbon steel one. So carbon steel, or we can call as plain carbon steel one. Next one is alloy steel one. So carbon steel one. Next one is alloy steel one. We will discuss today. So see here, plain carbon steel. Plain carbon steel, iron carbon alloys containing up to 2% carbon are called as plain carbon steel or straight carbon steel one. So in iron equilibrium diagram, the carbon content 0 to 2% is called as the plain carbon steel, or we can call as the straight carbon steel one. Straight carbon steel one. In practice, the range of carbon content in steel is about 0.08 to 1.5 percentage one. Practically, the range of carbon content in steel, but actually 0 to 2%, the carbon content 0 to 2% is called as the plain carbon steel or straight carbon steel. But actually in range of practice one, we are using in steel one, so about 0.08% to 1.5% only we are using carbon content in plain carbon steel or straight carbon steel. So see here, so in carbon steel, the carbon is the main element used to control their properties one. So in this plain carbon steel, the carbon is the main element. Why? Because it controls their properties. So what are the properties means? See here, mechanical properties are ductility, malleability, strength, toughness, plasticity, elasticity. So these are the some of the example for some of the properties for the mechanical properties one. So the here plain carbon steel one, so carbon is the main element. Why? Because total properties it will be control one. So that is the main element for the plain carbon steel one. So see here, in addition to carbon, they contain the following elements. So plain steel plus carbon plus we can use it for another alloy elements. What are the another alloy elements means? See here, the first one is manganese. So in here, manganese we can use it for 0 to 0.3 to 1.0% we can use it for manganese one. So silicon we are used for silicon 0.05 to 0.3% we are used in plain carbon steel one. Sulfurous we can see 0.05% is the maximum. So and phosphorus is the 0.05% is the maximum one. So these are the elements in plain carbon steel. So what are the elements we are adding means carbon plus alloying elements. So these are the alloy elements. So the total one we can mix it on this type of metals one, and we go for the heat treatment process one. We can heat this metal one, automatically the solid become in liquid one. So we can cool the metal one, the liquid become in solid one. After then we are used for manufacturing purpose. So this is the process, working process. So it is one of my plain carbon steel. It is the introduction one. So see here classifications of plain carbon steel. So it is a brief introduction about the plain carbon steel. One is the classifications of plain carbon steel. Generally, plain carbon steel are classified into three types. The first one is low carbon steel one. Second one is medium carbon steel one. Third one is high carbon steel one. So low carbon steel, in low carbon steel, the carbon content we are using less than 0.25% is one. So that's why we can call as it is a low carbon steel one. So low carbon steel onwards, 0 to 0.25 percentage we are using, less than only. So that's why it is a low carbon steel. Medium carbon steel between 0.25 to 0.60 percentage one. So that's why we can call as it is a medium carbon steel. Next one we can see high carbon steel, more than 0.60 percentage one. So up to we can use 0 is the 0.60 is the minimum one. Maximum is 2% one. So that one we can use it for high carbon steel one. So these are the classifications of plain carbon steel. So these classified into three types: low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel. Less than 0.2% one, that one we can call as low carbon steel. So between 0.25 to 0.60% we can call as the medium carbon steel. So more than 0.60% one percentage carbon one we can call as the high carbon steel one. So first one we will discuss about low carbon steel one. So low carbon steel are relatively soft and weak. These metals are soft and weak. So very softness we can see low carbon steel one, and comparative weakness also we can observe on low carbon steel one. So they cannot be hardened appropriately by heat treatment, but it can be strengthened by cold working one. So we can use the heat treatment process one. The steel metal low carbon steel one cannot be hardened one. So by using the cold working process one, so the metal will be strength. We can increase the strength on the low carbon steel one. So it is a cold working process one. So these are the two rollers one. So it is the low carbon steel one. So these low carbon steel metal we are arranged between these two rollers one. So automatically what happens, these two rollers are compressed the steel one. Automatically what happens, the diameter will be reducing here. See here, initially the dimensions is like this. After these rollers one, what happens, the size will be reduced. Automatically what happens, so the strength will be increased on the low carbon steel one. In cold working process, it is a totally cold working process one. That is the point here. So they possess good formability and weldability. So a low carbon steel possesses good formability and weldability one. So these are the low carbon steel introduction one. This is the microstructure of the low carbon steel one. So how can you know low carbon steel means? We have some properties and we can identify the microstructure. So this microstructure based on what we can call as it is one of the low carbon steel, and we can see carbon content less than 0.2% we can use it for low carbon steel one. So see here another introduction about the low carbon steel one. So low carbon steel are those in which carbon content varies from 0.08 to 0.35 percentage one. So it is the minimum one, it is the maximum one. So in low carbon steel we can use it for minimum one. Minimum is 0.08 percentage one. The maximum we can use it for 0.351. So actually sir, we can use it low carbon steel 0.2 percentage. You can have that doubt also, but actually we can use 0.25 to 0.35 also. Maximum one, maximum is 0.35, minimum is 0.081. So then these steels are future divided into two groups. So in futures, low carbon steel are divided into two groups. The first one is dead mild steel one. Second one is mild steel one. So dead mild steel, how much composition means? See here, dead mild steels are we can use the carbon content 0.08 to 0.15 percentage carbon content. We can use it for dead mild steel one. So comes to the mild steel one. Mild steel onwards, we can use it the carbon content 0.15 to 0.35 percentage. We can use it for mild steel one. So see here, what is the dead mild steel means? Dead mild steels are soft material and ductile one, and can be cold deformed and can be cold deformed one. So but they cannot be hardened by the heat treatment process. By using the heat treatment process, they cannot be hardened one. Heat treatment process is nothing but చూడనమ్మా ఏదైనా సరే ఒక మెటీరియల్ తీసుకొని మనం హీట్ చేసామంటే సో ఆటోమేటిక్ ఏమవుతుందంటే మనం ఏం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయవచ్చు అంటే టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యే కొద్ది ఆ మెటీరియల్ లో ప్రాపర్టీస్ అనేది చేంజ్ అవుతా ఉంటాయి. ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఎలా చేంజ్ అవుతాయి అంటే మనకి ప్రాపర్టీస్ తెలుసు మెకానికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ వి హావ్ ద number of properties one. So in these properties one totally properties will be changed slowly. That some example one. So before onwards the metal is very toughness one, very strength one, very hardness one. So after then we can go to the heat treatment process. When we heat the metal one, automatically what happens, the hardness will be reduced, the toughness will be reduced. So automatically this is the changes we can observe on heat treatment process one, before and after. Before one, the metal will be strong one. So we go to the heat treatment process one. So based on the metal capacity onwards, the properties will be changed slowly. So it is the dead mild steel one. So see here, next one is what are the applications of the low carbon steel here? Automobile body parts one. So next one is this is the net. So generally we are playing the cricket. In cricket one is the net practice one, the net. The total net is manufactured for low carbon steel one. Next one is chairs. So generally it is the chairs one, steel chairs. This steel chairs also we use it for, this steel chairs manufacturing purpose we can use it for low carbon steel material one. Next one is structural applications, beams, channels and angle iron one. So these are the one of the applications of the low carbon steel. By using the low carbon steel one, we can manufacture automobile body parts, nuts, chairs and structural applications. So see here another applications. So see here steel sheets for tin cans, sheets for tin cans also manufactured for low carbon steels. So next one is sheets for bridges. So these sheets also manufactured for low carbon steel material one. So these are the applications of the low carbon steel one. See here another one is medium carbon steel. So they have high strength and hardness properties, the absence of ductility and toughness one. So in this medium carbon steel one, we can observe medium carbon steels are high strength material one and high properties material one. So with the absence of ductility and toughness one. So these are the medium carbon steel one. So we can observe medium carbon steel on high strength and hardness properties one with the absence of ductility and toughness one. So it is the microstructure about the medium carbon steel one. So see here it is the structure of the medium carbon steel one. So this one we can call as the medium carbon steel. And carbon content, how much carbon content we can use it for medium carbon steel means 0.252 or 0.35 to 0.061. So this is the medium carbon steel one. So see here, so applications of the medium carbon steel here, see by using the medium carbon steel one, so we can manufacture railway wheels, railway tracks and gears. So these are the one of the applications. So railway wheels, so it is the wheel. This wheel is manufactured for which material means medium carbon steel. So by using the medium carbon steel material, we can manufacture railway tracks also and gears also. These are the applications of the medium carbon steel. Next one we can see another examples of the medium carbon steel: crankshaft and mission parts. This is crankshaft. Next one is these are the mission parts. These crankshaft and mission parts are manufactured medium carbon steel material one. So see here high carbon steel. Last one is high carbon steel. So high carbon steel, these are they are least ductile. They are least ductile of the carbon steels. These are the least ductileness is very low or very least for the high carbon steel one. So why? Because least ductile means more brittle. So of the carbon steel one, they have more wear resistance one. So high carbon steels are more wear resistance we can observe. Next one is they are capable of holding a sharp one. So they are capable of holding a sharp cutting edges one. So it is the important property of the making tools one. Making tools means cutting tools. So we have the number of cutting tools one. So number of cutting tools is nothing but knives, so cutting blades. So some tools also, another tools also we have cutting tools, a number of one. The total tools is used for material is high carbon steel one. Why? Because they're capable of holding a sharp. So they have the capability. These material have the capability of holding a sharp cutting edges. So that's why this is the one of the important property for the high carbon steel one. So see here applications of the high carbon steel here. So it is the cutting tools. See here, it is the cutting tools for these are the different types of cutting tools. One, so it is drill bits also we have. So these tools are made with high carbon steel. Next one is dies. These die also made with high carbon steel. Next one is axa blades. So we know the blades also, axa blades. These blades also manufactured for high carbon steel material. So see here another examples for the high carbon steel here. So one of the application is springs. So these springs also made with are manufactured with a high carbon steel. Next one is high strength wires. So these are the high strength wires one. The high strength wires also made with the high carbon steel one. Next one is blade. So it is the blade one. This blade also manufactured with the high carbon steel. So it is these are the different types of plain carbon steel and the applications. So in detail we can see another applications also. So see here another applications means see here. So it is the low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel, and tool steel we have. Alloy steel we have, tool steel we have. So see here dead mile steel. Dead mile steel and mile steel is the one of the type of the low carbon steel one. So it is the percentage of the carbon. It is the type. It is the percentage of the carbon. It is the ultimate strength of the material one. So these are the applications. So see here it is the dead mile steel one. In dead mile steel, the carbon content we can use it for 0.08 to 0.15 percentage. The ultimate tensile strength is 400. So what are the applications of the dead mile steel? It means chains, rivets, nails, seam welded pipes, boiler plates, and car bodies. These are the applications of the dead mile steel. So next one is mild steel. In mild steel, we can use it for carbon content 0.15 percentage to 0.25 percentage. So what is the ultimate strength? Ultimate strength how much means 475 degrees one, 475 Newton for mm square one. So what are the applications means structural steels we can manufacture, screws, missions, parts, and cams. By using the medium carbon steel, we can manufacture this type of parts, structural steels, screws, mission parts, and cams one. So next one is in mild steel, the carbon content we are increasing one. How much means 0.25 to 0.351. So minimum carbon content we can use it for mild steel 0.15. Maximum we can use it for mild steel 0.35 percentage. So ultimate strength, see here, ultimate tensile strength is 551. 550 Newton for mm square. So what are the applications of the mild steel? See here. So gears, shaftings, levers, cranks, axles, shafts. So these are the applications of the mild steel one. How much percentage means carbon content? 0.352. Sorry. So 0. Medium carbon steel is one, so it is a mild steel one, sorry. So 0.35 to 0.451 we can call as the medium carbon steel one. So the ultimate tensile strength is 601. So what are the applications of the medium carbon steel means? See here. So connecting rods, shafting, fan hooks, high tensile tubes one. So these are the medium carbon steel one. So in this mild steel one, see here, so minimum carbon content is 0.151, maximum is 0.351. So these are the applications. So it is the mild steel. Mild steel minimum carbon content we can use it for 0.35 to 0.451. Tensile strength is 601. These are the applications of the medium carbon steel one. Connecting rod, shaftings, crane hooks, high tensile tubes one. Next one is we are increasing the carbon content in medium carbon steel. How much we are increasing means 0.45 to 0.55 we are increasing the carbon content in medium carbon steel. So the ultimate strength is that ultimate tensile strength is 675. What are the applications means? See here, crankshafts, gears, steel mills, rolls, refill barrels. So these are the applications of the medium carbon steel at 0.45 to 0.55 carbon content one. So here medium carbon steel, the minimum carbon content is 0.35, maximum is 0.54. So it is the medium carbon steel. So next one is a high carbon steel. High carbon steel one. In a high carbon steel, we are used for carbon content 0.60 to 0.70. So the ultimate tensile strength is 891. So what are the applications of the high carbon steel between the 0.60 to 0.70 means? See here, drop hammers, screwdrivers, so mandrels, SAS. So these are the applications of the high carbon steel at 0.60 to 0.70 carbon content. So in high carbon steel, we are increase the carbon content 0.70 to 0.80. So the ultimate tensile strength is 975. So what are the applications? Means see here band screws, anvil faces, hammers. So hammer springs, large dies for the cold presses one. So these are the applications of the high carbon steel one. By using this carbon content one, we can manufacture this type of parts one, this type of tools one. So next one is the last one is see here another one 0.801 we can increase it one. So after then we can increase for 0.802 0.901. So we can increase it for high carbon steel. So we can use high carbon steel, we can use it for carbon content 0.60 to 0.70. Ultimate strength is 891. So we can use it for drop hammers, screwdrivers, mandrels, extras one. So high carbon steel we are increased for 0.70 to 0.80. The ultimate strength is 975. So these are the applications. And another one also we are increasing one. Again we are increasing one. How much means 0.80 to 0.90 in high carbon steel one. So the ultimate strength is 1101. So what are the applications means see here cold chisels, shear blades, punches and rock drills one. So these are the applications of the high carbon steel. How much carbon content we are used for 0.80 to 0.901. So it is the high carbon steel one. So the last one is tool steel. In tool steel, the carbon content we can use it for 0.90 to 1.10. The ultimate tensile strength is 920. So what are the applications means here? Springs, axes, knives, dies, drills, tabs, milling cutters. So these are the applications of the tool steel between the 0.90 to 1.10 carbon content. So in tool steel again we are increase the carbon content. How much means 1.102? We are increasing 1.301. So what is the ultimate strength means 875. So what are the applications means see here ball bearings, dies, drills, lathe tools, wood working tools, files, reamers, broaches. So these are the applications of the tool steel between the carbon content 1.10 to 1.301. So again, we are increasing the carbon content 1.30 to 1.501. So the ultimate strength is 751. So what are the applications means see here saws, razors, boring and finishing tools, machine parts, where resistance to where is essential one. So these are the applications of the tool steel one. So these are the applications of the carbon steel. These are the main applications. So carbon steels are classified into these types one: low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel. Again, we can see the another steel is tool steel one. So these are the compositions. So low carbon steel minimum composition we can use it for 0.08 to 0.35 we can use it for low carbon steel one. So in low carbon steel, these are the two types one. Dead mild steel is the one of the types of the low carbon steel one. Comes to the medium carbon steel, the minimum carbon content we can use it for medium carbon steel 0.34. Maximum we can use it for 0.651 in medium carbon steel one. So next to see a high carbon steel one, high carbon steel minimum we can use it for carbon content 0.60. Maximum we can use it for 0.90. So it is the strength, the ultimate strength one. These are the applications. So next one is tool steel. So we are using the tool steel. Minimum carbon content is 0.90. Maximum is 1.50. So it is the ultimate strength. These are the applications. So it is the today class. So once again, see here. So first topic is introduction about the plain carbon steel. First one is introduction of the plain carbon steel. What is the plain carbon steel, and what are the elements we can use it for plain carbon steel? So it is brief introduction of the plain carbon steel. Next one is classifications of the plain carbon steel. So classifications of the plain carbon steel, we have the three types: one low, medium, high. less than 0.25 percentage, we can use it for carbon. That one is low carbon steel. So between the 0.25 to 0.60, we can use it carbon content. That material we can call as the medium carbon steel one. So more than 0.60 carbon content, we can use it for that material we can call as the high carbon steel. So these are the low carbon steel one. So structure, and it is the low carbon steel, one of the introduction one. And see applications of the low carbon steel one. So another applications of the low carbon steel one. Next one is medium carbon steel one. So it is the structure. So it is the definition. So next is these are the applications of the medium carbon steel one. So these are applications of the medium carbon. Next one is the high carbon steel one. So it is the microstructure. So it is the definition of the high carbon steel one. So these are the applications of the high carbon steel one. So one of the important applications. So next one is we can see low, medium carbon. Another classifications we can see for alloy tool steel one. Tool steel, what is that tool steel? How much carbon content we can use it for tool steel? What is the ultimate strength for tool steel? Next one we can see. So what are the applications of the tool steel? So it is another extra topic one. So classifications of the plain carbon steel, these one. Next one is tool steel. Tool steel is this is the carbon content we can use it for tool steel one. So it is the ultimate strength one. This is the applications of the tool steel one. So it is the today class, Amma. Thank you, Amma.